a lifetime of work experiences, of red-pilled experiences, of red-pilled interactions can't cover how deep the rabbit hole goes. A higher level of understanding, a higher level of thinking to peer into the deeper levels of consciousness can't go and can't get to how deep the rabbit hole goes. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This was the World Living Ambassador. Okay, I'm here again to give you guys an mental experience. So stay tuned for the mental ride. By the title, I feel or reckon you've already gotten a hint of how this video is going to be like. But I think I'm going to really explain it for those of you that are that don't have any idea of what's going on. This channel is a red pill channel that I teach and talk about what challenges being or the challenges a red pill person face, both physically, mentally. It's just a channel about the mental experiences anybody that's red pilled, a higher level of consciousness type of red pilled would resonate with. So without further ado, let me just get into the video. Okay, so this video is about the rabbit hole. It's about unlocking the psyche behind how deep the rabbit hole goes. Jeez, it's deep. It's deep, and I don't think one video can cover how deep it actually goes. So I'm not even going to try to. I'm just going to unlock the psyche behind how deep the rabbit hole goes. Because generally it's deep, individually it's deep. So if you don't have handrails, you might just fall into insanity. It happens. It happens. There's a thin line between creativity and madness. You know that thin line is how deep the rabbit hole goes. Because no matter how thin it is, it doesn't break, and no matter how thin it is, it doesn't exceed where it's supposed to. Like the thinness is supposed to be its place. It doesn't exceed its place. No matter how thin it is, it doesn't exceed that line where it's supposed to be. How deep the rabbit hole goes. First of all, let me talk about what the rabbit hole is. The rabbit hole is the level of consciousness you peer into. There are different levels of consciousness and levels of understanding the human mind can get to, because the amount of information you're able to understand, being when you are not actively engaging in your subconscious and intuitive thinking, the level of understanding you have is actually lesser than somebody that knows himself and is engaging in red pill interactions. The level of things the brain can, a red pill person can process at the same time and still be his normal self is higher than the level of things a normal person can process and still be able to integrate with his reality. I hope you understand. The level of understanding for a woke and red-pilled person is different from the level of understanding from a normal blue-pilled person. I'm not trying to compare them, I'm just saying what happens. Understand? So how deep the rabbit hole goes for the both of them, that's what I'm trying to bring up in this video now. Because the rabbit hole for the both of them is just as deep. Without handrails, you see the both of them will fall into insanity. That's how deep the rabbit hole goes, because no man can reach it. All of us put together can't reach it. That's how deep consciousness goes. That's how deep, like thinking of, that's how deep consciousness goes. There's always a higher level. There's always a level on top of that higher level you're on, because being on that level actually unlocks you to being on another level. I don't know if you understand. If you're on this level of frequency now, you feel susceptible and acceptable to a higher level of frequency. Let's say you get from frequency 0 to frequency 1. Being on frequency 1 puts you in the right vibration and frequency to enter frequency 2. And you keep on entering for as long as you are alive and woke and red pilled, because you have to stay woke. If you don't stay woke, you stay out of being woke. So staying woke and keeping it real at all times for the lifetime. I don't know if you understand. A lifetime of being woke, a lifetime of being woke can't cover a lifetime of woke experiences, of red pilled experiences, of red pilled interactions can't cover how deep the rabbit hole goes. A higher level of understanding, a higher level of thinking to peer into the deeper levels of consciousness can't go and can't get to how deep the rabbit hole goes. All the scientists put together, all the research data put together, all the human collective minds put together can't even research how deep the rabbit hole goes. You know why? Because the deeper you get, the deeper you have to get. You know why? The more you dig out, the deeper you have to get. You still have to keep digging. You still very much have to keep digging because the hole gets deeper. So the handrails I mentioned earlier now. You just have to have handrails. The handrails is defining your own deepness. Defining your own limits, defining your own understanding. Your conscious self defining it. So that when you're peering down, when your subconscious self is peering down the rabbit hole, you always understand where you stand on, because it's always on your own understanding and on your own definition, because you've already defined where you're going. You're not just in the open place, letting the subconscious take you anywhere you want to go, anywhere you don't even know at that moment. But being and defining your own understanding of the consciousness gives you that handrail you need, gives you that stability to go deeper into consciousness, deeper into the rabbit hole to find out more. Because like I said, the deeper you dig, the deeper you get. And there's no stopping. Once you learn something, there's no way you can unlearn what you learned. There's no unlearning what you learn. So before you start learning, make sure you want to learn. Make sure you have to learn. So you have to keep learning. Make sure you want to learn, so you have to keep learning. That's how deep the rabbit hole gets. The rabbit hole is about information. The rabbit hole is about how much information can you dig about your individual self, about the collective universe, about the collective mind of all humans. Just general information about whatever. How much information can you dig from yourself and from the external environment? Mind you, the information you get from yourself laced with belief is the most authentic information you can ever get, because there's no way yourself would lie to you. Getting deep into this rabbit hole that I call this concept that I call rabbit hole is peering into your own level of consciousness, the deep level of consciousness where you yourself will have that solid belief in whatever you yourself has to say about yourself. So the deeper levels of the rabbit hole is the deeper levels of consciousness, your consciousness. And no matter how we try to measure it, we will not be able to measure how deep consciousness goes, how deep the rabbit hole goes. So before you get lost down there, just define your own level of understanding, define your own consciousness, and find yourself not drifting away from where you have to be. So I've been busy. I hope I was able to pass some kind of spiritual knowledge today to you guys. So stay woke, bro. Stay woke, my fam. Stay woke, fam. I'm out. stay tuned for the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for joining the channel and watching to the end. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.